it's so funny watching you guys head bob along with the fucking music. I look down at the screen, everybody's like, "Good morning, everybody."
All we can see is the video.
Exactly. What else are we supposed to do?
I'm fucking tired. Literally, Elizabeth and I all Saturday. We started at 8:30 Saturday morning building a greenhouse. We took a break around 2:30 in the afternoon and crashed. We're back up at 9 o'clock yet a Sunday morning, and we took a 2-hour break in the middle of the heat of the day. But we were still working on that thing till 9 o'clock last night, and it's still not finished.
Jeez. Wow.
Y'all are crazy.
Yeah. But my farmer's tan looks great.
Oh my
God. I mean, it almost looks like I'm wearing gloves up to my elbows now. And if I were to lower my shirt, you might be able to see. Look at this. Freaking, it is like red to white. It's beautiful. I mean,
no, there's another word for it.
Sexy as fuck. Got it. Got it.
Are you one of the kinds that tans after you burn, or are you just gonna burn and then peel?
Nah, I tan.
You're lucky then, because I'll
Yeah,
just
you
burn
are
and
lucky.
peel.
Yeah, that's Elizabeth.
I'm with you. I'm with you, Brayden.
The only way I can get a tan is if my freckles get closer together.
I decided with all of Elizabeth's freckles are the one for each soul she's eaten, because she's a ginger. So that's just how it goes.
We don't have souls,
right?
We just have no souls.
Anybody do anything fun this weekend? I know Stevie had you play. How'd that go?
It was great. We had one of our largest matinees ever on Sunday, so that was epic. Everybody loved it, but I'm exhausted. I'm ready for we have a week off before auditions, and I'm looking forward to the week off.
Look at that, Stevie. You got a fans.
Wait, what's wrong with my hair, Ty?
Yeah, my hair too. I mean, geez.
You guys have any left under those hats?
Ish. It's gray.
Yeah, okay.
Dude, and it's gray. I look sexy. That's what I love about guys. We don't get old. We get distinguished. Right?
Donnie,
Silver fox.
Nobody is ever going to call you distinguished ever.
Look here.
Ever. I don't care how you look. Distinguished and Donnie don't go in the same sentence.
Like couth and manners. They're all right there. I mean.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
I got a puppy on Saturday. So
you did?
Genevieve's dog had puppies about 2 months ago. And so on Saturday we got to go and pick him up. And so we've named him Bacchus. He's a little Australian
Which is crazy
shepherd.
because it looks like a possum.
He does not look like a possum.
I swear to God. I swear. If you're to get that puppy right now, put it on camera, I guarantee you everybody would.
Yeah, go get the puppy.
Oh, okay. I'll be right back.
It looks like a baby possum.
I want to see a dog that looks like a possum.
Watch. Just focus on his face. It looks like a baby possum.
Oh my gosh. Y'all are insane. Bernie, what did you do this weekend?
Nothing. I had a very uneventful weekend.
Oh, that's right. You were a bachelor this weekend.
All last week.
Week,
they got back on Friday and chaos ensued, and everything's wonderful again.
Oh my gosh. Oh,
no, not you.
Hey,
not
perfect.
You.
Look at me.
I want me.
Just like a possum.
He does look like a possum.
Oh, look at that face.
Pull it back.
Nothing about that.
Yeah.
Pull it back.
No.
Yeah, I do see the possum.
Oh, there it is. Okay,
yeah,
look at it. Look,
it
looks like a possum.
Maybe
get the snarl. Get the snarl, then it will really look like it.
He is adorable.
Oh.
He doesn't have a mean bone in his body. He just wants to
Peyton, there's finally something cute on your camera, man. That's awesome.
I'll just bring him
your
around
sales
every
will
time.
go up. Just keep the puppy in the camera. Your sales will go up.
Right. Too damn funny.
Peyton just came out of the closet.
Oh.
Right.
With
So
a
now
possum.
they have a 200 square foot camper with no closet and a puppy. So this is awesome. Two dogs.
Yeah. I think they should get a couple of cats.
Right.
Yeah, let's just up the count. Why not?
Yeah.
Why not?
For sure.
Y'all are crazy.
All right, let's kick this party on, Peyton.
Okay, here we go. Oh, come on. There we go.
Oh,
Riddle
no.
games. This is what we're doing. And I made it, and I don't even remember the answers. Here we go. I'm excited.
I'm excited. What has broken before you can use it?
What has to
Glow
be broken
stick.
before you can use it? A glow stick is a good answer. I don't think it's the one I wrote down though. Anything else?
You said you didn't remember, so how do you
Some
know
of them.
I'm
Some
wrong?
of them I might
An
remember.
egg.
An egg.
All right. All
And
right.
this is exactly what it's gonna be. Everybody's gonna go, oh yeah,
I'm
this is the
tall
beginning
when
of the
I'm young
podcast.
and I'm short when I'm old. What am I?
Well, I mean, I'm getting shorter every year.
I was gonna say Scott.
I can't say
Scott
my
Owen.
answer on camera.
Keith was going to say penis.
I stare at the
At
ceiling
all.
when I'm young and the floor when I'm old.
Does not surprise me at all.
Oh, jeez.
It's Monday morning. I have pencils
and candles.
My answer was right.
Hang on. How does a mechanical
Gosh.
pencil get shorter?
Not a mechanical. You see the picture? You'll figure it
In
out.
front of you. What is always in front of you but can't be seen? Air,
The
wind,
future. The future.
future. Ah, future, good one.
Yeah.
Sure.
Good one. Good one.
Good answer.
You keep after giving to somebody.
Attention.
Secret.
Attention, a secret. Keep a secret.
I like that one. Oh,
Your
your
word,
word,
a
a promise.
Yeah, secret was good though.
Yeah, it was a good one.
Yeah, some people can't keep secrets though.
That
We
is the
can't
truth.
talk, but will reply when spoken to. Alexa, Siri.
No, talk.
They'll still talk. Gary.
How about an echo?
Yeah.
There's
One
hand.
head, 1 foot.
A penis. Wait, no, we're beyond
No.
One head,
One head,
do
1
remember.
foot, and 4 legs. Half of a spider.
Oh gosh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
a mushroom, a bed.
A bed.
Head, a foot of the
I know,
bed.
this is
4
a
legs.
great game. Y'all are loving this one
What
so
what
far.
kind of
Everybody's-
Oh my
band never
gosh.
plays? A
Going
rubber
too
band.
fast, my
Rubber
brain
band.
can't even keep up.
Yeah, rubber band.
A rubber band. Yeah.
I can play a song with rubber bands.
Oh,
Going.
spread it between your toes. What are you gonna do?
Right. It's all around the
It runs
backyard.
all around the backyard, yet never moves.
Grass.
Pollen. Oh wait, no.
Grass is good. Grass is
Fucking
good. No, it's
Weeds.
around the perimeter.
Fence.
There you go. Fence.
Thanks for the
Oh.
hints. Thanks for the
Yeah,
hints.
I'll give you a hint.
If you have
That
to
might make
give
it better.
hints, Peyton, then we're not getting it right. I think is the
No,
idea.
What building has the most
Library.
Oh,
Library.
yeah. I was going to say a mortuary, but
Whoa.
That's,
Whoa.
that's true. That's probably.
I mean, that went deep and dark all at the same time.
I have an odd number. Take away a letter and become even. What am I?
This one is hard.
I'm doing all kinds of numbers in my head.
So
11.
you take away
Oh.
one letter.
Take away an L and you become even.
No.
Yeah, it's close, but
It's
then
close.
you put one letter in front of even.
Elbow.
That becomes an odd number.
7.
7. Yeah. Put the S in front.
What begins
No,
with
no.
It only contains I.
No.
Oh.
you?
Wrong. No. We're just
A.
gonna throw letters out.
Yeah. E.
You can tell I really love
Oh,
riddles.
I know
Peyton.
this.
I'm really here for
thing
today.
Wait, I know this. It's
You're
envelope.
googling. You're googling on the side.
No,
aren't
I
you?
swear I'm not.
Cheap.
I'm not.
Give it
It's
to
an
us.
envelope.
I only have one letter. Oh, geez.
What is so
Jeez, that's not
fragile that
true. You
saying
can
its
put more
name
than one
breaks
letter in
it?
an envelope.
What is so
fragile
fragile?
that saying its name breaks it. Yeah.
Bernie.
Hmm.
Falls apart.
Bernie, are you fragile?
I am fragile.
I was gonna say Donnie's ego, but
No, saying its name doesn't break that.
no, that just
Promise.
we keep
Right.
up.
Promise.
No, not a promise, but you're on the right track. It's silent.
silence. Silence. Got it. What can fill a room and take up no space? Air.
Donnie.
Donnie.
My ego.
Donnie.
A light.
Air is also on the same page.
The more you take, the more you leave behind. What are they?
Pictures.
No.
Memories.
Fun.
Oh, Memories is good. You're on the right track. It's like walking through a beach. I always think of this. The more you take, the more you leave behind. Footprints, yeah.
Wow.
Oh.
It's so beautiful.
Wait, I was saying Phil, but never moved. Roads.
Roads, yeah.
You're
and then I
welcome.
got fancy with it. I started putting videos in here to try and wake y'all up.
Wow. I'm always hungry and will die if not fed, but whatever I touch will turn red. What am I?
Always hungry, die if not fed.
Donnie's ego.
Turn red.
I'll
Whatever.
die if not fed. Well, and you are red right now from the
Yes, number,
so
right?
actually, Donnie fits right in here.
Right.
I think our audience is actually doing better than we are.
They are. They are actually getting this in the chat, and I'm like, dang. Okay.
Figuring it out.
I need more coffee, apparently.
Fire.
Ah, that's a good one. Where can you finish a book without finishing a sentence?
Fuck if I know. That's my answer.
I thought this one was funny. Prison. Where can you finish a book before you finish a sentence? Yeah.
Oh my god!
Wow.
That's a good one. That's a good
That
one.
was good. Good.
Forward I'm heavy, backwards I'm not.
I
Keith's
don't
heavy
remember
going. Keith's heavy coming and going. So I don't know.
That's
what
right.
we do
Can't
with
be me. Can't be me.
Backwards I'm heavy.
Gravity.
Backwards I'm not. I do remember it because it's a word. It's wordplay. It's always wordplay. So backwards is not. So forwards is.
You just click the button.
Yeah. Come on. I gotta.
Ton and
I'm
not.
not. Yeah. Come on. I gotta try and help y'all out.
Oh my gosh.
I just give you the answer.
Peyton, no more riddle games on Monday morning.
Okay.
Exactly.
There's a limit to how much our brains are functioning right now. Unless it has to do with business and something we talk about every day, we don't have them functioning.
Yeah. No, y'all are struggling. No joke.
Oh, mercy day.
That section was brought to you by ibuprofen for Monday morning.
I was like, that section is brought to you by the people who drink water instead of coffee in the morning.
Right.
That is me. So
that's me, and I'm still not.
Kick it on, Peyton.
Hey, Keith, what did you think about that game show?
This is Bree Logue, the owner and operator of Investor Plug. Bree started Investor Plug 2 years ago, and she joined the San Antonio chapter of CSN in November 2023. Her main business goal is to help 50 wholesalers close more deals using her AI tips and tricks. And today, she gets the hot seat with the Success Champions team.
Those are always pretty cool. Except I want to know what CSN is.
I was wondering that
too. Well, Miss Bree, welcome to the show, love. Thanks for hanging out with us. It's been fun getting to know you.
She got one of the riddles right, too. I'm just going to say she was on it.
I got one of the riddles right.
bonus points because she got one right. We were all like, quiet, and Bree pops up. Boom. Oh, okay. There you go. We needed you, obviously, today.
Nice. Bree, take 2 seconds and introduce yourself, who you are, what you do, and then what is the biggest problem we can help you with today?
Yeah, well, I think that is pretty much what I'm struggling with, actually, is kind of condensing my I'll start. I'm Bree Logue, the owner of Investor Plug. We just launched literally on 4/11, so super excited about that. We did a whole rebrand, and we are excited to kind of chat and tell the world about it. We finally just did that last week. My biggest problem is I am an over explainer, and I really struggle trying to kind of say what our CRM is. And a lot of people don't even know what a CRM is in general. So kind of like telling them why they need it. And like, if you guys know high level at all too, we do custom build. So it's like, there's so many things and features and a million things that it does. So it's like hard for me to like kind of simplify it and like tell people what they need. And yeah, there you go.
Okay, we got a little bit of work to do this morning because until you said CRM, I have no idea what this was.
Yep.
Yeah,
Me
there you
either.
go.
So, is it Go High Level? Is that what you're using?
Yep, we use Go High Level and do like we do build all the automations, and we like connect everything too. So I build all those apps and I build all the things to make it work for
Cool. In
everything else.
5 words, tell me what the hell Go High Level is.
Go
5
High
words.
Level is a place where you can store all of your leads.
Okay.
That,
All right.
I don't know how many words that was. But,
It's too early to count. So, all right.
Please store all your leads.
So you're using a CRM and you're trying to figure out how to explain and tell people what it is without running off at the mouth for too long and them not having a clue.
Yes.
With people not knowing what a CRM a lot of time, I'm still surprised that people have no clue what a CRM is.
Yeah, I
lot of
am
people
too.
do
And,
not.
well, people that do know what a CRM is think it's a 4-letter word.
Yeah,
Amen.
for sure.
Right.
So, all right. So why are you over explaining?
Because I think I'm just excited too, that I just love it so much. I know all the features that it can do, and I know it can help people in a lot of different ways, but just like I want to be able to tell them like, oh, it's going to replace like all of your other programs, but like I don't really need to go through a lot of that in the beginning either. So it's like even my demo sometimes can take like 45 minutes for me to show everybody all the things. It's like I don't really need to be doing that.
Do you spend time asking questions before you explain?
Yes, I do. Yeah. I mean, I'm good. I'm better at that now. Of like going through and have like
She said now. I'm better at
Yeah,
that now.
I saw that too. Self-awareness, though, is key. She was self-aware to say, well, maybe in the past, right?
I want you to think about this for a second before you answer. What's the biggest problem you solve?
Organization, I guess, or follow-up.
Okay.
Cool.
Organization and follow-up. Yeah, both those things.
Cool. And who are you targeting?
We're targeting wholesalers. So real estate wholesalers is primarily our target audience.
Okay.
But we do custom builds for a bunch of different people too. But like our facing the world audience is real estate wholesalers.
Okay.
And do real estate wholesalers know what a CRM is?
No.
Not the ones that we're targeting, no, because we're targeting newer businesses.
Okay.
Can you explain to me what a retail
wholesaler? They're house flipper.
Wholesalers? House flippers.
They're house flippers, exactly.
People who invest. Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, you don't need to try and explain what it is. You're going to have to start educating what the hell a CRM is and why they need it.
Yeah.
Because they don't have any clues. So the people she's targeting are literally either have another job somewhere or just now getting into wholesaling and house flipping. They've worked a regular job this entire time, most likely never been in a sales role. This is a first stunt at business whatsoever. So these people are green as fuck.
So what's the easiest thing they can get out of your product immediately?
Time.
Right, because okay, but spending time on what? What are they spending time on that they shouldn't be?
So like the AI portion is like our biggest sales point for our thing. So it's like more like he said, they already have other jobs. So what we're doing is we're doing a lot of the outreach using chatbots. So they're pretty much they're getting a lot of time back. So only talking to prospects who are warm versus like super cold leads.
Okay.
So you're not using a CRM to track what they're doing. You're using a CRM to do marketing.
Both, but yeah, exactly. The primary like focus for like the newer wholesalers is going to be the marketing piece. Yeah.
Right. So you're not having them, they're not going out and meeting people and then coming back and getting information. You guys are proactively moving forward and sending DMs to people and striking up conversations.
Exactly. Or most likely they're buying leads off another platform or they're running ads. So we're already like they're already doing something to get like somewhat warmer leads, but they're still technically cold leads. But yeah, so like a lot of like wholesaling is kind of a weird industry because you buy leads off places. So like Leadzolo for say is like a big place. So they like run ads for you and then they're buying.
All right. I want you to drop the phrase CRM.
Yep.
Okay.
Right? Because you're not selling
the exact same thought I am right now.
Yeah. right? You have in your head as a CRM, you're actually selling the marketing services.
Yes. Outreach
That makes
services
sense.
is what you're giving them. And that's where you need to brand, and that's what you need to promote, because that's a lot. Number one, they think they know what that is a little bit easier. So then you're not confusing them with the CRM. But number two, it's something they know they need immediately.
Yeah, and they're frustrated,
right?
right?
They're already frustrated because they're not getting enough good leads, or God, I spent all day at work and then I come home and I spend hours on the computer trying to find the leads, and I don't know how to find them, and I don't know what to do once I do find them.
Yeah.
So that's something like, no, we can bring more leads to you this week.
Yeah, I agree with you guys.
That's your
Big
marketing.
time. A side product of what you're going to do by doing the marketing is you're going to help them get organized. You're going to help them follow up. You're going to help them with those things. But the main thing, right, is the marketing, lead development type stuff, which is amazing.
Yeah. So you got to think about it, is these people don't understand sales yet. They don't understand business development. They have no clue how to do these reach outs and everything. So they bought some course, seminar, some program, heard about wholesaling, and they think it's going to be easy. Now they've gone out there and they've got their teeth kicked in trying to figure all this shit out. And now they're to a place where they're trying to Google or whatever. There's got to be a better way to do this. That's where you guys come to the table.
Yeah.
Right. So you're more better off talking about, hey, we do marketing services for wholesalers, specifically those ones that are early in the game that are frustrated with not being able to build a business.
Yeah.
Bree, what I want to talk about now is when you're networking, what are you asking for? Who are you trying to get connected with? I'm at a loss right now.
Too. Yeah, we usually get other investors are usually our thing, or like loan officers, or people who are like lawyers are good ones because they kind of connect with the customer and the wholesaler, both ones, title companies, people like that, people in the investing space.
I also think there's an element of, if you're an over explainer, right? So if you know that about yourself, right, that you're going to talk too much. Also remember, if you're targeting people who are new, they don't know the terminology, right? So if you're going to over explain it from like a real life, everybody goes through this perspective, not a wholesaler perspective. Because if you're targeting new people, they don't know the words, and you never want a client or a prospective client to feel that they can't follow what you're saying. Right. So I do think if you're targeting those newer people, thinking even just about the language you use, right? So like CRM, we already know is a phrase, an acronym that people don't always know, but just even other things that you say, making sure that the things that you say are things that brand new people would understand, not just people who've been in the business a while, right? Because if those are your target market, then you need to speak their language. Even if somebody who is more advanced than you, or more advanced than those people, come in, right, and start asking questions, they'll know that you know more, and then you can explain more because they're more advanced. But those newer people, you got to speak their language.
Yeah.
Right. And so especially if you're an over explainer, that can sometimes be the problem, is you start going into the acronyms and the jargon and the things. And if that's not your client, then you're not going to make connections with them.
Yeah, I'm hoping Mike Mallon's going to explain what Lifestyles Unlimited is, because it sounds like a swingers club or something. Like, what kind of lifestyle are we talking about, Mike?
Fair statement.
Bree, what are other things these wholesalers are trying to do that, instead of use your type of services, what are other activities they're involved with trying to do to find these leads and the likes?
Most of the time they're pulling lists from like the county and stuff, and cold calling is pretty much what their like alternative is, because they need to do direct outreach to the clients or potential customers, like foreclosure lists and things like that. So it's pretty much the alternative is like, either they're running ads or they're doing cold calls and cold outreach.
So one of the things that I would do if I were sitting in your shoes telling people is I help wholesalers who don't want a cold call.
Yep.
Yeah,
Right.
that's big.
A
Right.
lot of people don't like cold calling.
For sure. For sure. Right. But if you know the activity that they're currently doing, if you bring that up, the thing they don't want to be doing, now you paint a really easy picture for people. Then you'll say, I want to be connected to the lawyers, the attorneys, the title, the mortgage, and all that. So I work with wholesalers that don't want to cold call, and I want to meet your lawyers, titles, mortgage, and likes. So,
But I even think networking, though, right? From a networking perspective, like SCN and the Badass Business Summit, and when you're out networking, also thinking about how do you explain what a wholesaler is to people who don't understand what that is, right? So how, that's part of it, is if you want to be introduced to these lawyers and loan officers and those kinds of things, you got to be able to tell people a little bit about what you do without overwhelming them again with jargon, right? That only your industry understands. So I think that's a part of what you have to work on as well, is so when you do your 30-second pitch or whatever, you can actually let them know who you're looking to meet in a way that they understand. Yeah.
I'd love to see you do a workshop called Wholesalers Who Hate Cold Calling or something along those lines, right?
Yeah.
And teach how to actually do wholesaling without having to make cold calls. I think
Would you feel comfortable doing that? Like a webinar or something like that?
Yeah, I would love to do that. That's a great. I think it's funny because I could definitely be the face for that, because my husband is the one that teaches people. Well, he loves cold calls. It's like his whole thing. So that was like originally why we did the system before we did the AI stuff, was to help people make cold calls more easily, which is funny. Which is one of the reasons why we rebranded. Because people hate making cold calls. We realized, dude, that was a big thing. But yeah, I would definitely love it. I think that's a great thing, because I am the opposite. I hate talking on the phone. That is not my thing. So I would love to run that seminar. That'd be super fun. It's a great idea.
Yeah.
That's too funny. Too funny. So as you guys are growing the business, what's the big goal, big vision for you guys?
Yeah, we want to do help 50 wholesalers this year is like our big vision this year, is to grow our platform. We want to keep it smaller so I can keep like the service level is a big thing for me. Because I want to be able to kind of be more one-on-one with everybody, to be able to really customize it for their business as we go and help people grow their businesses.
So, and where'd the 50 number come from?
We're just trying to do like one a week for the year.
Well, that would be 52.
I know, but we started,
And you didn't start till April 11th.
Yeah, I know. But it was like, we already had clients too. So we've had clients we've had this business for 2 years.
Her real answer is the number sounded good. Okay. She just went with the
Nice round
number.
Exactly. 50 sounded.
Johnny and I don't know how to math very well. We're
not super ambitious, but like ambitious enough, and it got us to like where we want to be over our number goals. So,
Nice.
We kind of did it backwards.
Mike responded.
Yeah, it seems like a pretty good program. You probably do need to look into.
Right? Yeah, that sounds like a really cool one.
Shut up, Julie.
That's funny. That's funny. I was just impressed. Keith knew there were 52 weeks in a year.
Yes. Yes. And I love the fact Keith got his balls busted for that when his eyes said it.
Oh, was it? So sorry.
I wouldn't even say nothing.
You sound so similar. I forget.
I was going to take it right on the chin, and good Lord.
Nice.
So Bree, what made you join SCN?
So Doug, actually, the president here, asked me to be the vice president, and I was like, I don't know, I haven't heard anything about it. So I went and checked out the Dallas chapter with Jessica, and I was like, oh, this is a super cool group. I've been in BNI for years and years, and when I moved to San Antonio, I had to leave my group, and I never found one. I moved here, so it was a really cool opportunity and came at the exact right time for me. But yeah, I love networking. It's always been a fun thing to meet people. It's been like when I first started my business, it like drastically helped me get my first like 10 clients was all through networking. And then when we moved to Texas, I didn't know anybody, so like networking was an easy way to meet business owners.
So why San Antonio?
Oh, I love San Antonio. We came down here to do fix and flips. Actually, that's why we moved, to be closer to more of our flips that we were doing. We lived in Austin originally. or
That's
not
awesome.
originally, but for a
So
couple
not
years.
only do you do this, but you all are investors yourselves.
Mhm.
Is that what
We
I
are,
heard
yeah.
you say?
Mhm.
How many properties do you guys have? Is that a question you should
No.
ask? I don't even know.
I don't
Yeah, you're fine. Yeah. We primarily wholesale now, so we just do flips. But
Just-
right now, we just have our primary residence.
Wholesaling can be a pain in the ass, though. I mean, because you got to find the person that wants to sell their house, and then you got to turn around and find the person who wants to buy the house. So you got 2 sales every house.
Mhm.
Yeah, you're like a real estate agent that works a lot more and doesn't have to have a license.
I was just going to ask that question. I'm like, what's the difference between that and a realtor? Do you have to be licensed to do this?
Mm-mm.
So you're like
Nope.
Uber, right?
Yeah,
You're an unlicensed taxi cab taking all their jobs. I love it.
Maybe
we
not
do tricky
putting that out.
deals. I always say
What?
we do the tricky deals that the realtors don't want to deal with. So somebody's like house is like falling apart. It's like you're the person that's gonna be like, oh, well, I can help you, connect you with a cash buyer.
Yeah.
Versus like, a realtor wants a pretty house they can put on the MLS.
Yep.
We're just like,
Right.
oh, we'll take all the ugly ones and we'll help,
Yeah,
actually move it.
literally, my buddy Joe did this with his house. I mean, he had a old house built in the 1960s, and it hadn't been renovated, upgraded hardly at all. They sold it to a wholesaler for probably 20,000 under market value, but they didn't have to do any upgrades then. Then the wholesaler came in, put in $20,000, and then sold it above market value, and that's how they made the money.
Yep.
Not everybody does the fix and flip, so some people just wholesale. Well, they'll sell that house to the investor, which is, it's a lot of work though.
The fix and
It is,
flip
it's fun.
or being the
Just doing the wholesaling.
yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think they both are. It's just different type of work.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Very cool. So, as you guys continue on, are you going to do more than just the CRM type thing, or more the marketing stuff, or are you looking to become the entire back end of a company for the wholesalers?
Yeah, pretty much that is kind of what we're going towards. We want to be kind of more your systems people and help you build out your operations and things like that. So that's kind of where we started last year. So we rebrand. So originally we were REI bought CRM, which was definitely confusing for everybody because every company in real estate is REI this, and that was like one of the reasons why we rebranded as Investor Plug. But yeah, at some point I'd love to help people actually like build out their businesses. And that's a big thing we've been doing too, is helping them form their LLCs and helping them get registered with the FTC and like Twilio, so they can actually do calls and text legally, and showing them the right way to do things. Because there's a lot of laws and regulations around like calling and texting homeowners and things like that too. So we kind of like help them navigate that whole thing when they're just starting.
Yeah, because I get all these crazy letters in the mail from the we'll buy your house for cash market value. I'm like, no, you can't have my farm.
So Bree, so it sounds like you're really targeting people who are like brand new, right? Do you ever go after people who like they may be thinking about becoming an investor, but they're just not sure yet? And do you like walk them through that process to make that determination that that's a good way for them to go? Like, do you ever just like, hey, if you're somebody who's kind of been interested in flipping, let's chat? You know
I
what
was
I
thinking
mean?
the same thing, Stevie, because I feel like from a webinar perspective, that's a whole nother avenue right in with people who they don't know one way or the other, right? And you can educate them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, my husband has like a mastermind that he does too. So he like helps people kind of navigate that whole process too. So we do have like a whole mastermind that kind of goes along with it as well. So we have like, he has a coaching program and things like that for people who are just starting out. So we do kind of have like both sides to it.
Yeah.
So
I just think about all the people you could meet,
Yeah.
like from a networking perspective, who it's not just about meeting people who are already deciding that they want to do that, but it could be meeting people who have an interest in it or have thought about it or have excess cash and are looking for different investment opportunities that aren't, a 401k or an IRA or something like that, right? And then you're providing them this other option. So that might be another market.
Yeah, I would 100% start targeting the industries that most people don't sign up to be, like a financial advisor, life insurance, those type of things. Those aren't careers that people, like usually choose to go into, those are the default fallback industries of they couldn't find a job someplace else. So now they're a financial advisor. And I'm not busting chops. It's a real thing. They needed income, so they take those type of jobs, but a lot of them, they don't make it a year in those industries because it's really, really hard to make money, real money in those careers. So, you may start telling people, I want to meet your life insurance, your health advice, your financial advisors and the likes, and say, hey, have you ever thought of wholesaling? Right. Because they need something to offset, or their year, maybe 2-year mark, depending on which company they're with, is about to come up and they don't know what their next move is. So
that's a great idea.
Like that. A lot of our people are oil and gas people who are in the oil fields for a long time too. I feel like a lot of those are wholesalers now as well.
Well, I was just going to say, if there's certain industries where, like Donnie had mentioned a little bit earlier, the idea of like, these are people who maybe have a 9-to-5 job. They're just trying to get this started on the side as investment or additional income. Thinking about which industries are more likely to have people who want to take that chance, right? So oil and gas, obviously. But then like thinking about who else in your program already, or who else do you know, what industries are they in? And then you could target those as saying, introduce me to anybody that's in the oil and gas industry, introduce me to anybody who's in financial planning, whatever those industries are, because that would be another way to target, right? And give them an option of, have you ever thought about wholesale, right? It may not be something, until you came on the podcast and until you filled out your form and we learned about you, I did not know that existed, right? I've heard of flipping. I've heard of real estate investment, but I've never heard of wholesale, right? So that's like, it's a word that not everybody knows. So how do we get you to the people so then you can be the one who educates them? Because if they have a choice of where to spend their money, why don't they spend it doing something that makes you money?
Right. Yeah, I think you have a cool opportunity to be a massive personal brand. Like, I know there's a lot of people that are heavy on YouTube and different platforms that are talking about this, but how many women are actually out there promoting the hell out of wholesaling? Right. I think you've got a really, really cool opportunity to tell Kai to go, hey, take a back seat for a second. Let me be the front of the show. Kai has a cool podcast. One of his last guests was just off the charts. Amazing. So if you guys didn't go see that episode, you really should start putting yourself out there a hell of a lot more and become the queen of wholesaling or something along those lines, because I think there's a lot more even women that want to come into it, or you might be a softer side of Kai, because Kai is the blue collar type of dude. Right. So, being out there will get more people to lean into your guys' brand overall.
Yeah. And also, play the husband-wife team.
Yeah.
Too. That's marketable, for other couples who want to do it, seeing a couple doing it and making it work and making it make money. Like that's encouraging to other people. So I think building that part in as well could be helpful to getting you new people, especially from just like a social media branding perspective. I think, your LinkedIn, your Instagram, your Facebook, those are all going to benefit if you are putting yourself out there, not only as a female, but then also as a married couple.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
So Bree, after listening to all this, I'd like to see you tell us now what you do and who you're looking to be introduced to.
Well played. Well played.
Well played.
All right, there you go. I'm Bree Logue. I'm the owner of Investor Plug. We help people, wholesalers, not have to make cold calls and automate their business. There you go. Is that better?
Yep. Except I want you to add who you want to be introduced to.
Oh, I want to be introduced to insurance people who.
So for most
it's Monday morning,
right? Tell
Girl,
them,
we've been saying it all morning long. You're in good company.
Tell them who, because we're never going to hear somebody saying, "Hey, I'm thinking about getting into house flipping or wholesaling or the like." Right. So you want to tell them you want to be introduced to people who are talking to people who may be having those questions, those problems, which may be the financial advisors, maybe the insurance, but it's also the title, the mortgage, the lawyers, all those folks as part of it. Because we're always going to come back to, very rarely are we going to ever hear like the perfect client for you or have those conversations, but we always get the chance to talk to the people who are having those type of conversations.
Yeah, I'm trying to think outside of financial advisors, I'd say that's probably got to be the number one priority for you because they're helping people
Financial
divest their incomes and look for other investment opportunities. And
Only problem she's going to run into is financial advisors look at something as wholesaling is way too fucking risky. They're going to advise most of their clientele
Never to
away
do
from
it.
it.
really,
Yep.
Yeah.
Because it is
Well,
risky.
they'll most likely have the end buyers for me. Usually when I connect people with that, they're usually like I can help people with their deals, like move their deals, because they'll like be the buyers of the property, but not so much the actual like wholesaler.
Yeah.
interesting.
Yeah. So, I mean, you gotta see that.
You gotta find like the risk takers, right?
So,
Like the people who are and somewhat the salespeople too, like people who are like not afraid of, maybe they're afraid of cold calls, but they're not afraid of having a sales conversation, or they're not afraid of negotiation because that's what they're going to have to do. Right. So yeah, it's kind of an interesting.
well, because like when you guys have bought or sold a home, the contract is like a Encyclopedia Britannica, right? It's a massive contract. When you do a wholesaling, it's going to be like 3 to 5 pages.
Yep.
That contract is going to be so tiny because they're not a realtor. So they're not actually buying or selling the home. They are making a commitment to buy yours. Then somebody else gives them money to actually make the purchase. It's the craziest damn thing in the world.
Yeah, we're just selling contracts. Pretty
Yeah.
much. Just think of it. We're just selling the contract. We're getting the house under contract and we're selling the contract to somebody else.
It's
Wow.
crazy.
Yeah.
See, things you learn that exist in our world
I
that you
know.
just never knew. Right?
But-
This is always my thing on these like hot seats where we're out networking. I'm like, I didn't even know that was a job. I didn't even know that was a business that made money. I think that's, man, we do not give children enough education about all the different opportunities in the world.
Right. I agree with that 100%.
Right. But that what makes this a fun marketing, sale is this is an educational sale.
Yeah.
Especially for the people, you're not going after the people that have been in wholesaling for a while. You're going after the people just getting in the game. So I really agree with you should 100% start doing more webinars and workshops for the people who maybe don't even know about this, and this could be an option.
Yeah, I love the Lifestyles Unlimited. The problem though, it's probably saturated with people like you already.
Yeah.
So I agree with what Donnie said. How do you create your own environment on social media or networking type events where you can build that audience by yourself, right?
I kind of
Build
think that,
do our
groups
best
on
too.
yeah.
groups on Facebook, groups on LinkedIn that are private just for that audience.
Yeah.
And I think you could compare it to like multifamily investments, because that's a group of people who again are like, let's all get together and create a group of investors, and then let's go buy an apartment complex, and then let's renovate it, and then let's sell it, make our money back. It's a very similar like brain and a similar person who would do that. So I also think like look at what they're doing, multifamily people, to market and bring things around, because that's probably very similar to what you could be doing. Because I know that's what got my husband into it is multifamily. Like he saw something on the internet and it said, oh, this is the way you make money and da 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 da. And so he got into those groups and those communities, and that's his like idea of investment now. So I think if you could do the same thing, to Keith's point, of creating community and ideas and marketing around that, you would target people who are looking for, they don't want to just invest in stocks. They want to invest in different ways. They want to invest in real estate, but investing in real estate, there's a lot of options, right? You can do multifamily, you can do single homes, you can do fix and flips, you can do all kinds of things. So you're coming out and saying, hey, here's another span of real estate investing that you can do. Here's another way to do it. And I think that would mean something to people. I think that would be an educational thing that people would be into.
Yeah, I don't know if this is a good move or not, but I'd be curious if you got introduced to a lot of career coaches that are helping people get jobs, right? Because as an alternative, right? Maybe they really don't need to go back in the workforce. They could learn to wholesale as a different than going back, which is going to lead yourself to a lot more of your senior community, because they're the ones that have the longest, hardest time finding jobs. But be interesting if you could get a bunch of relationships and maybe it becomes a natural feed for you guys, meet career coaches.
No, it's a great idea because a lot of them are. It actually the like customer wise is an older base too. So honestly, I think older people are really good at this too.
Okay,
Oh.
that could be cool.
Mm-hmm.
Do you guys teach them how to come up with the funding and all that to get it started in wholesaling? Or are you guys teaching a methodology where they don't need any funding whatsoever?
That's kind of the whole thing. It's like you don't really need funding to start.
Start
So that's
wholesale.
usually when people want to be, usually wholesaling is like the entryway into like the investing world because you're learning all of the terminology, you're learning how to do the numbers and everything, but you're not really risking your own money. So that way you're just kind of making money off the deals. And then usually we turn like the wholesalers turn to the investors. They end up investing themselves. But usually it's just kind of a way to stack money up and learn the investing space until you have enough money to actually buy your own properties.
And that's her sales pitch right there.
Yep.
That's what you need to be saying online.
And it's better to come from her.
Yeah.
Because from dudes, it almost sounds too shady, right?
No, it sounds like a scam when you say it, Donnie. But when
100%,
she says it, I believe her.
Yeah, I'm 100% with you. If I said exactly what she said, I'd agree with you.
It wouldn't work.
Like a damn scam.
No. But she actually made it sound like, oh, this is legit. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was like,
Bree,
so I could do this and not have to put my own money in? Awesome. Tell me more.
Bree, I have at least 2 referrals for you, by the way. Me and Keith want to talk.
So I was going to say, Bree, as you were talking, I'm like, why are we not doing this yet? Right?
Actually, you two would actually be really great at this.
Yeah.
The light bulb's going off here. So it's, we've talked about similar things like this in the past, but this looks like the best way forward.
Yep. So
there you go. Look at you. You just came on, made a sale, and you didn't have to do anything. That was a little bit.
Now close us. Now close us.
Now close us. Yeah, Bree, we'll take everything that we can get for free. Thank you.
Yeah.
Now, I would love to have somebody come in and try and sell 2 sales guys. That would be a fun meeting for sure.
Yeah. Who wants to volunteer for that? I'd love to do that.
I mean, I'll stay here and eat popcorn.
Right.
So, Bree, what are some of your big takeaways from the day? What are some of the things that Keith just went away? But what are some of the takeaways from the day? What are you going to do from here?
Yeah, I think dropping CRM is a big thing that I've learned during this whole thing. CRM is a kind of a useless word that I don't really need to chat about during that. So that's super helpful because that's something that I think I've really, really been struggling with. Focus more on newer wholesalers or people who want to be in the investing world, and focus more on people who kind of want to change their 9-to-5 jobs or get more kind of freedom that way. So yeah, those are all some really big takeaways that I've never really thought of. So this is super helpful.
And Robin wants to know is if this is Texas only. No, wholesaling's nationwide, right?
Yep. And we do virtual wholesaling too. So we do it like all over the country.
So, which is really awesome. So if you're building a business, build a business. If you got time to do something on the side to get into something like this, do it on the side, but don't split your hairs trying to do too many things. Get something successful.
Exactly.
Before you try and do all the things. Keith doesn't work anyway, so he can do this for us.
You can do it. Yeah.
Right.
Add this on.
Right.
As long as it doesn't interrupt my nap time, I'm fine.
Yeah,
I mean, it's not like you missed entire whole meetings because you were taking a nap. I mean, that's
I mean, that hasn't happened. Oh, wait, but that's happened to Peyton too. So
right.
I was gonna say it only happens to geniuses, but then I forgot.
Wow.
So, Bree, this was awesome. I love learning about this and learning more about you as well. So thanks for being here today. That was amazing.
Yeah. Very cool. Very
Well, thanks for having me on, you guys.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Well, guys, tune in each week. We do this. We'll take one of the SEM members, throw them in a hot seat, give them advice. Usually it's good advice. I can't always say that. You know, sometimes Bernie talks. So, so let's do it. What events do we have coming up? Stevie, what do you got coming down?
I got a webinar next week on coworker communication. So I think we always talk about how leaders should communicate or how frontline service should communicate to customers. But what about when you're having to communicate to somebody who's at your same level and you just can't get along? That's what we're going to talk about next week on the webinar. I will pop the link into the chat.
Very cool.
Nice.
I know Wednesday, there's a B2B happy hour in Alliance, Texas for our Alliance group. I have a workshop, a virtual workshop coming up on the 26th called The Quiet Connector, teaching introverts how to do B2B networking. And who just walked past your camera, Keith?
Lila.
I just saw it on the corner of my eye. I was like, wait, that happened.
That's why I turned it off a minute ago.
Oh, too funny. Tomorrow I'm speaking in Dallas at the fellowship lunch. And
nice. I've done that one before. That's a good one.
Have you? Have you?
Yeah,
Very cool.
Yeah.
That was the first one. That's the first one somebody found me off of LinkedIn. I didn't even know Lisa K.
Lisa K is great.
Yeah, she reached out to me via LinkedIn and
Talk military. They got a big veterans poll.
Yeah.
No, it's great. It's a great group. Great group of humans. You'll love it.
That'll be a lot of fun. And then we have, of course, the Badass Business Summit coming September 18th through the 20th here in Fort Worth, Texas. That's going to be a lot of fun.
Check out the website too. All the speakers and the panels are updated. So see the coolness that we are going to tackle. It's going to be amazing.
Yeah, this year we're focusing a lot on personal brands. So it's going to be how to get on stages and sell from stages, how to get on podcasts with opportunities to pitch podcasts to be on. It is going to be freaking awesome and a lot of fun. Bernie, you have any events coming up?
Yeah, actually, I got an event on Wednesday with a guy named Craig T. Ingram. He's talking about commercialization and taking products to market and why oftentimes those strategies fail and how to overcome them. And then I'm working with Deanna Russo. We're doing a You've Got Questions LinkedIn event on Thursday.
That's awesome. And that reminds me, this week we have Brandon Fong coming in to Becoming a Champion on Thursday. Brandon was recently on Richard Branson's island, has talked to some of the who's who in the world. So if you're part of SCN, that's this Thursday at 10 a.m. Get your butts there. And then next week, Deanna Russo is coming in to teach the LinkedIn Triangle for SCN. So 10 a.m. at Becoming a Champion on that Thursday. So a lot of things going on inside and outside of SCN, guys. If you haven't visited one of our groups, go to successchampionnetworking.com and visit a chapter in your area. Go see Bree in the San Antonio chapter, Bernie up in our national group, and me, Keith, and Stevie, wherever the hell we poke our heads in at. So, but next week we bring on Jonathan Cabral, and we'll be talking a lot about his world and should he take his business nationwide or keep it local. So it'll be a fun conversation as we talk about. Yeah. So really good times. But as always, guys, kick-ass week, kick-ass time. Always fun hanging out on Monday morning. Please come back and see us next Monday. Love you, mean it. See you later.